Brought to you by...
Hello friends, welcome back to ETF, as we take another trip alongside the fractured mind of Joseph, now calling himself Aaron in Creep 2. This time we are paired with a young video artist named Sarah, whose primary focus is creating intimacy with lonely and somewhat troubled men. After finding an ad online for video work, she thinks that she may have stumbled upon the subject of her dreams. She ventures out to a remote house in the woods and meets a man familiar to us, calling himself Aaron, who claims to be a serial killer. Unable to resist the chance to create a truly shocking piece of art, she agrees to spend the day with him. However, as the day goes on, she discovers that she may have dug herself into a hole to which she cannot escape. Following suit with its predecessor, this film paints a portrait of simplicity and insanity, delivering us a second look into the mind of Joseph, as he masquerades under the name Aaron, which you may recognize as the victim of the first film. Mark Duplass and Patrick Brice seem to have a way with keeping things on a level that never really escalates the way most other films of its kind tend to. They plant you in the simplest of situations and let you linger in a thicket of tense scenarios and awkward moments that keep you guessing as to what exactly Joseph's motives truly are, and what he may do next. In this film, they don't change many things, taking us on the same basic journey that they did the first time around. However, the changes that they did make were enough to shift the tone of this film exponentially to a much more interesting arena. The character of Sarah is a highly unique one to be placed against Joseph, if that is his real name. Based on him taking over Aaron's name for this film, Joseph could have easily been just another victim before the events of the first film. Anyway, Sarah's intrigue seems to challenge Joseph's expectations at every turn. Whenever he makes what would normally be a shocking choice, she defies his expected outcome by being unsurprised or stoic. This seems to intrigue him more than he ever could have expected, which for me made their interactions far more unique. It kept me guessing and sucked me into this narrative far more than the first time around. Her interactions with him almost seemed to break his enthusiasm at times, and somewhat ruin the thrill of the kill, so to speak. Once again, Mark Duplass delivers an amazingly eerie performance throughout this film that makes your skin crawl. He rides each scene with this whole head-in-the-clouds demeanor, spilling lines like a curious child for the majority, while crafting a veil of quizzical intrigue for Sarah that only makes her more interested. It actually speaks volumes to her sanity, or at the very least, her ability to make well-discerned decisions, that she would be comfortable enough to stick around even after he flat-out tells her what he is and what she is there for. Desiree Akhavan crushes this performance, in my opinion, by bringing a dedication to the journalism aspect to the character, and keeping herself in a roughly neutral state throughout most of the narrative, which I think was a great challenge for the Joseph character. She almost seemed like she was being lured into the way he thinks, like a protege to a master. My favorite part of this series so far, like I mentioned in my last review, is how simple they keep every aspect of the film. They utilize found footage and very minimal cast and crew to help keep the cost of the production to a minimum. I don't know for sure, this is just an educated guess. It even seems plausible that they use what look like they could be Airbnbs for the sets throughout both films, to deliver a product that could very easily be shot over the course of a week or so, as long as the cast and crew are dedicated enough to get it done in that time. The film is shot in a highly believable manner once again, with practical lighting and simple editing techniques. The film also features a very cool concept early on in its runtime that allowed for the first film to remain incredibly relevant throughout this one. The idea of Aaron's character from the first film being so uniquely important to Joseph, he was now searching for that same connection in the new victims. He was spending time attempting to recapture that same bond and relive the thrill that he had found with Aaron, but was not able to find it. It makes this film feel so much more like a continuation of the narrative, rather than just another event. But I have to stop there, friends. Like the first film, I think this is one that should be experienced to gauge the full effect of the film. So I don't want to go into too much further detail here. This film features an incredibly well-crafted story that keeps true to the status set by its predecessor, while ramping things up just enough to keep it uniquely individual unto itself. The filmmakers push us through familiar valleys on the road to a deeper level of Joseph's madness, while challenging the structure of the twisted world in which he usually creates for his victims. I'm giving Creep 2 an A+. Guys, if you have Netflix, both of these films are available for you to check out there. I highly recommend taking a look at both of these two movies as soon as you get the chance. These are filmmakers that are doing found footage how found footage should be done. They have made two incredible films back to back, and we have a third and hopefully final entry on the way very soon. If you've had a chance to see this flick, please feel free to let me know. It's just a quick scroll down there in that comment section below. If you like this video, maybe a little more than you can describe, shoot me a little thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. If you really enjoy my channel and you want to support it even more, consider checking out ETF on Patreon or Tippy, where every pledge and every tip brings more films to explore. But all jokes and rhymes aside, if you have any suggestions for films that you would like me to check out, or that you would like to see reviewed on this channel, feel free to reach out to me here on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.